It's speed and volume. And firstly, you can see in speed, just as you said, in 2020, Tesla was the name. 2021, well, it's one amongst many. Ford, GM, Chrysler, all of them have come now to really put some serious commitment and investment dollars on the table to drive this conversion to electric vehicles. Obviously, they see it one as a necessity within the US economy and supported by the government in terms of climate change, but also, in terms of developing the technologies that will power their businesses for the next 20, 30, 40 years. So each of them, just announced investments of, I think more than 30 billion each, in terms of converting their fleets or production capacity and fleets by 2030 to 50% of their fleet will be EV vehicles. And so, there's almost $100 billion that private industry has put on the table over and above what the Biden regime is committing to. So that gives us a scale of what needs to be happening. We have the most number. We have the largest resource base now in North America through the acquisitions we've made in 2021. And I talked to you last time about the NAL mine and acquiring that. If we put that into scale, we will need something like the North American market will need, up to 20 of those mines to be able to fulfill in 2030 the needs for Ford, GM, Tesla, and Chrysler, if they are to supply those within the North American market, just as we've talked about the environmental and cost efficiencies and logic and security of supply that would drive them. So that is I think in terms of the volume and then the speed. To develop those supply chains, mines through to production facilities, and to be able to do 20 of them by 2030 is going to be, an enormous stretch. But the right focus, the right support, both government, private, where there's a will, there's a way, and I think that's what we find so captivating about the North American market. Its potential, because it's got the resource base, particularly in Quebec, and then it's got the market demand, particularly in the US market.